Shane has expressed to women is through the fact that when we're in our early teens, we get something called a period. I know, it's shocking. And what I'd like to do right now is bring up a very special guest. She is the co-creator of THINX period panties. Please welcome Miki Agrawal.
So THINX was born out of necessity. How many women do we have in the room? Can you just put your hands up? Okay, just keep your hands way up. If you've ever had a period accident at some point in your life, keep your hands up. Oh, shocker, every woman. Yeah, so the big sort of like, thing, every single month I kept having annoying accidents, leak stains, issues, and I had to interrupt my day every single month. Throwing away favorite pair's underwear, having to put the sweat around the waist move and run home. It was just like annoying. We all know what that's like.
Yeah, it makes you miss the 90s because sweat around the waist was everyone's already doing it. Years period away.
Yeah. So great, so great.
Yeah.
I actually sort of like audited the industry, the feminine hygiene category, discovered that it's a $15 billion category. And in literally the entire 20th century, there's only been 3 innovations. The invention of a tampon in 1931 by a man.
For real, 1931?
By a man.
Wow. All right.
In 1969, they put the adhesive strip underneath the pad to prevent it from moving around. Scotch tape. And then the last renovation was in the 1980s with the invention of the menstrual cup. And we're still not quite mainstream. Who here uses a cup? I'm still trying to figure out how to like fold it in. It doesn't quite sit in there for me quite yet. It's tight still. So the question became, wait a minute, can we actually create a pair of underwear that never leaks, that never stained, that absorbed blood to the tune of 5 teaspoons of liquid or 2.5 tampons worth of blood? Can it never leak through? Can it be antimicrobial? Can it just do all the things that women need to support them, just keep them going throughout the day, and rather than being a period, be a comma, you know what I'm saying? So after the World Cup, I was able to travel around South Africa and just met a bunch of people and met a group of girls. One specific girl, I asked her, why aren't you in school? You're like 12 years old. And she said to me, what she said to me completely changed my life. She said, it's my week of shame. And I said, your week of shame? What are you talking about? And she said, well, when I have my period, I stay at home. And I said, why? And she said, well, I tried using leaves and old rags and bits of mattresses or whatever I could find to manage my period. And every time I'd go to write the chalkboard, that thing would fall down. All the boys would laugh at me. And eventually I would run home crying. And eventually I stopped going. So shame, topic of shame, it's an incredible, shameful time for women in the developing world, even if we create life. And I came home completely enraged and researched that and discovered that over 100 million girls are missing a week of school when they have their periods. And millions of those girls are dropping out of school because of something as natural as their periods. And so just quickly, have you guys heard of the study called the girl effect? Okay.
I have, yeah.
Okay.
You're in the right hands.
Teachers. So the girl effect says that if I'm to give a woman $100 in the developing community, and I'm to give a man $100 in the same developing community, so $100 for the girl, $100 for the guy. Okay? 90 of the woman's $100 will go back into her family and the community. Guess how many of the man's $100 will go back into his family and community?
10.
No, became very clear that one of the root causes for cyclical poverty in the developing world is feminine hygiene, period problems. And that can completely be alleviated with simply offering reusable menstrual pads to girls at an affordable price. So I found this amazing organization based in Uganda called AfriPads, and they produce washable, reusable cloth pads at an affordable price for girls. And so what we've done is we've said for every pair of underwear sold that supports you and I, women in the room, and trans men. It's trans awareness week this week, so trans men do get their periods too, by the way. So for every pair of underwear sold, we fund a pack of reusable menstrual pads to girls in the developing world for reasons. So they can yeah, and to date we've helped over 30,000 girls come back to school.
Here's the thing: is ever since I saw stuff about THINX, which was less those Facebook algorithms because they were throwing them at me. And THINX, bleed, day. I wanted to feel them. Is it cool if I like less these panties right now? Yeah.
So these are the hip huggers for heavy flow days. And so the technology goes all the way to the back, so you're laying down, you're sleeping, never sheets. Like, you wake up and there's no more red stain sheets ever again.
Amazing.
Those are cheeky, those are medium days.
Okay.
And then we have our thong for the light days, and actually but actually we most recently got a cease and desist letter from Kimberly Clark from using the word light days. And I'm like, you don't own the words light days. So we sent them a very nice, very like formal letter being like, you don't fucking own the words light days.
Good. Okay, so along those lines, I know you guys have come up against some interesting larger forces in the world. Who here has heard about THINX versus the MTA or MTA versus THINX? So basically, do you want to just very quickly outline what the issue is with your ads in the MTA?
Yeah. So I would say like every entrepreneur's dream is to like get to a point where you can actually like be in the subways, like and you're like, wow, that must have been so expensive. God, one day maybe, woo, And finally we're like, oh my God, I think we can actually like afford to make ads now for the subways. Like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And so we spent literally like a whole month like working on the idea for the ads. I mean, one of the things I always say every month when I'm ovulating, I'm like to my whole team, like 23 people. I walk into the room, I'm like, oh, I just felt my egg drop. And they're like, okay. I can feel my egg dropping every month.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so like the idea, our design team and our amazing creative team said, oh my God, like what if we created an egg and use food as a representation of the female anatomy and like what's going on in the food we can eat, so it's not like gross. And grapefruits are beautiful, they're delicious. I just love grapefruits.
Right, exactly. So Christine, if you wouldn't mind throwing up the first THINX ad. So yeah, I'll just drop. Can everybody see that? So very evocative.
And Outfront Media is literally an old boys club. We looked at their sales team. It's 100% all old guys.
Shocker.
And they were like, yeah, you need to change you have to change the copy. And the only copy we submitted was underwear for women, period. So clearly they had problems with the word period. And so we were like, what's wrong with word period? And they're like, well, we think it's a bit it might be a bit offensive to people. And we're like, and so we're like, listen, let's just put these creative ads together and just submit it to you guys. I'm telling you, submit it to the MTA, like they'll approve them because they're going to be tasteful, we promise.
Yeah.
So we put together the ad, we spent a month, like our team literally is sleeping in our office, we're literally in their PJs in our office, like sleeping. And we worked so hard to get the ads ready to go, and we submit them all. And I remember like 5 Fridays ago, my director of marketing called me sobbing, and she's like, they rejected our ads, like they just sent back an email like, sorry, we can't show these ads. And I said, why not? They're like, well, because they said it's offensive. And I was like, okay, here we go. And so I basically said, I called out for a meeting and I said, listen, if you don't approve these ads, because by the way, you're using a grapefruit to represent augmented breasts.
Yeah, Christine, you have
And they were like, well, no, but it's not the same.
plastic surgery one. You've got that.
Yeah, exactly. funny because I got the call. I was like in my pajamas. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I got a call. And it was very official. It was like, "Hello, this is Katie Rogers from the New York Times." And I was like, "Hello, Katie from the New York Times." What a dream. And she was like, "So I just got the phone from the president of the MTA." And I was like, "Really? Okay." And she said, "I'm gonna unofficially let you know that they are going to approve the ads."
Hey!
But what was so annoying was that they backed up. No, we were always going to approve the ads.
Sure.
And so the New York Times article was actually like her saying, no, the MTA said they were always going to